Hello. Obviously, I didn't change the things that it's supposed to be on. I'll have to do it after the stream. This is not channel update. I will be discussing, try to find my videos too, and showing my videos of Stephen King. There is one announcement I'm going to make about the channel. I am going to be talking about, yeah, I got Patreon. Don't feel that you have to become a member of Patreon. But if you want to, I have yet. I haven't yet put it on this channel. I have to use my phone, my computer to do that. But, yeah. Now, let's talk about Stephen King. If you know me, you know I love Stephen King. I have a lot of his books. Hello, Jim. I have a lot of his movies. I'm very controversial with my movies of Stephen King because some of the ones that everybody loves, I don't. And I'm not afraid to talk about it. And I like some of the movies that people think crap. But I'm going to talk about something. Everybody says that Children of the Corn movies are crap. And then I asked them about the movie, and they say that they haven't watched them. If you haven't watched the movies, don't call it crap. There are some, I love all of them. There are some of the Children of the Corn movies that aren't the best, but I'll go so far as to say that there are some of the sequels that are better than the first movie. Like Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. Original, it's creative, it's the kid in it that's the bad guy is very creepy. Children of the Corn 5 is a really great one too. It's got a lot of actors that people have heard of when they were first starting out. And I'm not saying that Children of the Corn, the original one, wasn't good. It is. But there are better ones in the series than the first one. Um, there's a lot of movies that are Stephen King that people don't know about. And I'm going to talk about them too. Not every movie that I'm going to talk about I've seen, but I know pretty much everything that there is to know about the book, the movie. That's it. I've not seen all the, read all the books either. But okay, there's Children of the Corn, Children of the Corn 2, um, The Final Sacrifice, Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest, Children of the Corn 4, Fields of Terror, Children of the Corn, no, Children of the Corn 5 is Fields of Terror. Children of the Corn 4 is The Gathering. Children of the Corn 666 Isaac Returns. Children of the Corn 7 Revolution. Children of the Corn. Oh crap, I can't remember the name of that one. And then there's the remake of Children of the Corn. And that's 2009. And then there was Children of the Corn Runaway. And then they made another one in 2020, but it didn't come out to 2023. But yeah, there's a lot of them. And like I said, there's one more, but I can't remember the name of it. Then there is, let's see if I don't know about this one. There is the movie The Night Flyer. And if anyone's interested, this is on the replay or watching it now. The Night Flyer is a vampire movie. It's about a pilot that is a vampire. And it is on YouTube for free to watch. I'm not big into werewolves. Never have been, never will be. But there is a handful of werewolf movies that I enjoy watching, and this next movie is definitely up there on my list of movies I like to watch that are werewolves, and that is Silver Bullet. Now, I think that Corey Haim did a damn good job of playing a cripple. It is very hard to pretend to be a cripple. See? I knew it. Nobody ever see. There's a handful of people that have seen that movie, but I know. Better yet, it stars Miguel Ferreira. He's not in very many movies as the lead, but that one he plays the lead. Does a really good job too. Definitely. That's another great part about the movie. It's very vicious. Let's see here. What is another one that I like? Oh, Night Shift. Night Shift is a movie. I don't hear people talking. Hello, Liv. And it's definitely a movie that if you haven't seen Night Shift, and I'm telling you right now, there is more than one Night Shift. This is the one that it will have Stephen King on it. But yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. And I'm telling you right now, it's about rats. I don't like them, but I will watch it. Um, I like the chemistry. It's got a lot of great actors in it, and right now I'm flaking on any of their names except for Chucky, which is Brad Dourif. We have a guest. He wants to say hello. Since we've got Grumpy here, I want to talk about the next movie that not very many people talk about, and that is Cujo. Tell everybody hello, Jack. Not me. Them. Hellos. It is great to see you. Oh, I should have said that. Okay, come on. Jen is saying hello, Jack. See, I knew it. I mean, I know a lot right now that people are talking about Cujo and everything, but I also know it's just the horror community. Most people don't ever hear about it. I want people to know Stephen King and why I love him so much. Most people know about Carrie. Most people know about Children of the Corn, whether they've seen them or not. They've heard of the movies because they make so damn many of them. Um, yes. And yours. And everybody pretty much knows about it and Pet Cemetery. And people have heard of The Stand, whether they've seen the movie or the book or not. But it's one of his big hitters. But another movie that people don't talk about or watch, and I will talk about the other movies that people may know or not know, is oh crap, I just lost my there. The Dark Side. No, 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 not the Dark Side. The Dark Half. This movie is about a writer that has a pen name. And the writer, the pen name takes over, and he kind of blacks out and when he has this other persona and everything. I never seen Maximum Overdrive, but everybody tells me that yeah, I've seen all three of the movies that's on Netflix. There's this one, and then In the Tall Grass is the other one, and the third one is 1922. Yeah, definitely seen them movies. I love them, and they're some of my favorites. And I have Netflix. Let's see. If you've ever seen Children of the Corn, you definitely should watch. And not if you've seen it. If you've seen it and you like that movie, you should definitely watch In the Tall Grass because it's kind of got that feel to it. I really believe that it reminds me so much of Children of the Corn. Only difference is it's really high grass. And there's really not any children except the little boy. But yeah, let's see. What is another movie that nobody talks about that is Stephen King? Oh, The Shining. And don't tell me that everyone has seen it. I am not talking about Stanley Kubrick's film that Jack Nicholson starred in. I am talking about the. Oh, yeah. Misery is definitely a movie that everybody knows. And for one reason, it got an award for it. Kathy Bates got the Oscar, and she deserved it. Um, uh, but like I said, I will talk about the ones that are really famous, but I want to talk about the ones no one's ever heard of. But The Shining is it's a made-for-TV film. It's like The Stand. It's very long. It stars Rebecca De Mornay and Steven Weber. Yeah, she's one of my favorite actresses. She really is. I adore Kathy. I've seen only seen the Cobra version. Well, let me tell you something. If you like Stephen King and if you've read his books, Liv, he wrote the screenplay for The Shining. Now, the problem with The Shining, it's not on streaming services. And it's very hard to find it on physical media. It's only on DVD. I couldn't even ever find it on VHS. And I was lucky to find it on DVD. I haven't. It is one of my favorites. I highly recommend it, especially if you do not like Stanley Kubrick's film. Everybody loves that movie. I don't. Never did. I'm the only person that says they like the remake, but it's truer to Stephen King's interpretation. Oh, it ain't a dress. It's PJs, and I got this off of Temu. Hello, Shaggy girl. I the little boy that's in the movie. Hey, Aunt. Just talking about some Stephen King, my favorite. When I'm done with it, I will. Here's another movie. Now, I've never seen these two movies, but did you know that the Manic movies with Robert Englund are Stephen King? A lot of people don't know that. Now, a lot of people have seen them movies, but nobody realizes that they are his. He wrote the books for them. But yeah, I thought I would mention that. Oh, here's another movie that people don't realize is Stephen King. One of my favorites. Great movie. Most people like it, even non-horror people. And that's The Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, the Mangler is Stephen King. Yeah. And the Mangler 2000 is inspired by it too. Like I said, I haven't watched them, but there ain't too much I don't know about Stephen King. Yep, it definitely is. Thank you very much, Liv. That was another one I was going to talk about. Great movie, not very scary. If you don't like scary movies, but you like a little supernatural twing to it, definitely see The Green Mile. Um, there is a TV series called Mr. Mercedes, and Stephen King has 3 books called Mr. Mercedes, Finders Keeper, and The End Game. And they are all part of a series that's about this detective. And they made that TV show, Mr. Mercedes, on Netflix, out of them book series. I haven't watched the book series, but I read the first two books. I own them. I I oh yeah, I know. Kimberly J. Brown. I watched that movie because she was in Halloween Town. I actually got my grandma to let me stay up on school night to watch it when it was on ABC. And I own that movie. It's on Hulu. I love that movie. I've never seen it. I do have the movie. Another movie that people don't talk about. If you've ever seen the TV show Charmed, and I'm not talking about the new one, I'm talking about the old one. The White Lighter, the guy, Leo, he was in this movie I'm about to talk about, and I'm thinking this might have been one of his first movies. His name's Bryan Cranston, and that is Sleepwalkers. Love that movie. Well, if you don't have Hulu, let me know because I can give you a link to on YouTube, and you can on Insta, and you can watch it on here for free. But yeah, they have it on here. Now let's get into some movies. No, here's another one that these people wanted to get the fountain of youth back into their body, and they were old, so they go on a search for the fountain of youth, and they find it. And the movie is called The Golden Years. Yep, that is my favorite, and I mean it. Of all Stephen King movies, The Stand is my favorite movie. It's a long ass movie, but I love it. It's not my favorite book. They made my favorite book into a movie, and I was like, well, I hate this movie. My favorite book for y'all that curious is Vagabonds. I do not like the movie. I haven't seen a lot of these, so I am going to see. Okay, there's this woman named Mother Abigail, and she talks to God. She's 101 years old, and people start having and people start dying from the plague, and they start dreaming about Mother Abigail. And on the other side, they had having nightmares about this other guy named Randall Flagg. And then there's a showdown between good and evil, and that is the stand in a nutshell. It's a pre-apocalyptic movie. But yeah, I think yeah, definitely a movie I love, and I wish I had said that. But yeah, there's a group of people that are drawn to Mother Abigail, and she sends them out to do more stuff, and then there's Randall Flagg's people, and he's essentially the Antichrist, or whatever you want to call him. He's evil incarnate. It's a really good movie. And okay, second question: what's the one? That is a hard question to answer. Why can't you watch both? I'm going to explain something to you. The 1994 movie is really great, and there are some phenomenal acting in it and great performances. With that said, there are some really great acting in the new one. And I like both, and it's hard for me because I they're my babies, and I can't pick between them. Now I'm gonna tell you something. The Stand is people say it's a horror movie. I do not agree with that. The Stand is a movie that's primarily action, and there's bits and pieces of horror thrown in. Well, actually, you do know, Aunt, that it's actually a movie. It's a TV series movie thing, and there's different things in it. Now, if you go looking for it online, you could only watch the like a few of the episodes, but there's 2 seasons to that thing, and I have both of them. Someone was saying one. Um, but yeah, I've seen them. I enjoy them. Another creepy show that I adore, and it's not really Stephen King. It is, but it ain't. He did not write this. It was wrote by George A. Romero. Stephen and him love hanging out and doing stuff together, but she is in that movie in the first 2 movies, and that is Creepshow and Creepshow 2. I like all 3 creep shows, and I like the TV show. What? I like it. I mean, it. Let's see, what is his name? Bill Skarsgård is not no Tim Curry. I don't like the Pennywise. I would have preferred Tim Curry to be Pennywise. but the characters, the kids and the adults, I like better in the new one than the old one. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought that Romero directed and wrote it. Alrighty. News for you, anyone out there, and believe me, Ant knows his stuff. If he says that King wrote it, he did. Yeah, like them. They're pretty entertaining, I thought. I don't get me wrong. I like the people that were in the original It, the kids and the adults, but I really relate more to, especially Beverly in the newer one. Probably because I see myself in her. Um, she don't take no shit from no one. Oh, little side note. If you like the new It and you've never seen Stranger Things, you really should, Liv. I would love to do a video. It, get in touch with me. That would be a great discussion. I'd love to do it. You know me and Stephen King. Yeah, you really do. One of the guys that's in it is one of the main actors on Stranger Things, and I see a lot of the similarities to them. I okay. Let's get back to some other things. Oh, let's see. Um, let's see if I. Okay, let's talk about some movies that's come out and the new releases, because one of the movies that I want to talk about that is these are Stevenson. Um, there's um, there's four of them, and it's part of this. People seem to know of Salem's Lot. They've heard of it. Trust me, it's got a lot of stuff that's um, feels like Stephen King vibes, and if you like H.P. Lovecraft, you'll like it, and it's got references to Freddy Krueger and Halloween, and it's got so much stuff to it. Understand something. The first season and the second are not really my favorites, but you do have to watch them to understand the storyline. Um, I do like 2 better than 1, but 3 is my favorite. It's when it really got good. And then 4 blew me out of the water. Of course, I hate that Eddie died. Well, there's only going to be 5. And the 5th season's coming out next year. Right now, there's only 4. I don't remember how many episodes are on them. But, yeah, one day we were talking and you said you like Coraline. That's another reference I get from Stranger Things. There's a separate world, and it's called the Upside Down. And it reminds me of the other world for Coraline. And so it's got Neil Gaiman references to the story too. I just think it's got so much appeal to so many people, and that's why it's so popular. And it's got so much good references and songs from the 80s. It's got all this stuff weaved into it, and the lead character in it, her name's Eleven. She reminds me of oh crap, Charlie for Firestarter. You know, she was telekinesis. She could make things fire up and everything. I'll have to check it out. I've been thinking about that. I understand that, but I don't want to get rid of Netflix. I don't have to pay that much because I get it through this phone. I get it for $16, and that is including paying for somebody else's membership. Don't live in my house, and it's on 5 devices. But I guess I'll talk about that movie instead of the movie I was going to talk about. Firestarter. There is Firestarter with Drew Barrymore and David Teeth. That's the original, and it was a very good movie, and I loved the movie. And there was a time when everybody talked about that movie, but here recently, nobody ever talks about it. I don't think this generation knows about Firestarter. Then they did a sequel to it called Firestarter 2 Rekindled. A lot of people don't like that movie, but I enjoyed it. Any movie that has someone shooting out fire in their hands, I love it. I mean, Phoenix is one of my favorite characters in the X-Men. I know. I understand that. And then they had one that was a Firestarter remake, and that is 2019. I used to have Netflix, but then got rid of it because they want no. Which one? Drew Barrymore or 2019? Well, 1989 or 2019? Or both? I have all three Firestarters. The original, the sequel, the remake. Oh, Liv, this movie is a three-pack, and it's called the Triple Terror Collection. And if you go on, and not saying that you want to, because, but it does have The Shining. It's got it on it, the TV series, and the 2000 and 2004. The Salem Plot movie with Rob Lowe, and it is only $14 on Amazon right now. No, I didn't get it there, but right now they've got a lot of sales on books and movies, and I don't know why. They advertised it to me because they know how much I like Stephen King stuff. But yeah. But with that, I've already talked two of these movies. We're going to talk about Salem Plot. And I was going to talk about it earlier, and it was the movie that's supposed to be coming out this year, which will make it 4 movies. There is Salem's Lot, and it is a 1979 film. And it's a vampire movie, and the vampire in it looks a lot like the vampire from Nosferatu. Count Olaf, or whatever his name is. Then there's the sequel, and it's called Return to Salem's Lot, and I've never seen it, and I want to, but I don't want to pay for it. And every time I go trying to find it on streaming, they want me to pay. So yeah, not happening. Um, and then there's Salem Lot. This one stars Rob Lowe, Donald Sutherland, James Cromwell. James Cromwell was in The Green Mile, by the way. And Rutger Hauer plays the vampire in this one. But he looks a little different than the original Denver. And I'm not sure who is going to be in the new Salem slot, but yeah, there's supposed to be a new one coming out this year. It may be delayed. Since we're talking about movies that have been made over and over, let's talk about another one. I briefly talked about this movie, but we're going to talk more on it. And that's Carrie. Um, the first one was, I believe, 1976. I don't know. I might be wrong. Then they had a sequel to it. It's called Rage Carrie 2. Then they had a made-for-TV film, and that was 2002. These films I like. The last one is garbage, and that is 2013, and it's all Carrie movies. Let's talk about another movie. And this is a movie that a lot of people know about because not only is it a Stephen King film, it is a a Stephen King book. It's a John Carpenter film. And that is Christine. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Another movie that Stephen King that is a great one is Storm of the Century. They've been talking about that since 2013. Um, Speaking of sequels, another one. I talked about The Shining. I talked a little bit about the Stanley Kubrick one and the other one. Um, but Doctor Sleep, that is a sequel. And a lot of people think that it's just a movie they made that was a ripoff. But Stephen King actually wrote Doctor Sleep. So it's not. I have the book. I've read it. I have the movie. I've watched it. Okay, go get another one of the movies that I have. Yep, I can't find it. There's this one, and this has got Children of the Corn, The Final Sacrifice, Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest, Children of the Corn 4, got Gathering, Children of the Corn 5, Fields of Terror, Children of the Corn 666, Eyes of Return, Children of the Corn 7, Revolution. I definitely can't find any of my movies. I should have waited. But I don't see how they could make a sequel unless somebody else gets the car and it happens all over again. That's about the only thing I can see happening with it, and that ain't original. I'm telling you right now, Jen, it's going to happen. Hollywood has no originality. Uh, Sequels and remakes. I'm not complaining, people. I'm just saying. It doesn't. But let's face it. People aren't going to see the original films. Ones that get made that are not like the rest of them. And that's why they keep making it. If people stop paying the money to see these things, then what would happen? So it's partly the people that go into the movies' fault that this happens. I'm guilty of it too. I mean, um, the movie that I'm going to go watch in theaters the next time I probably go see one is going to be Beetlejuice 2. I was watching this person, and there's this movie called The Departed, and it's got Leonardo DiCaprio and somebody else in it. And this guy was talking about they thought that Hollywood had finally done a movie justice to an original script, and it was a movie that it was from a foreign country that they ripped off. It'll be fun. I tend to not go to see movies that are things that are popular and everything. But the reason I went to see and watched Stranger Things on Netflix was because I knew Winona Ryder was in it. I watch anything with her in it. It's just like me. I was going to do updates, and then I talk about Stephen King, and now I'm talking about all sorts of things. Uh, it doesn't matter. Oh, another movie that people don't know is a Stephen King book is Boogeyman. And they've made that movie quite a few times. They made it in the 80s. The, most people know about the one that had the guy from Seventh Heaven in it. I can't think of his name. And then there were three more spin-offs of that one. Probably what I know it. And then they made a new one that's on Hulu right now. Um, let's see, what is the name of it? There are so many Stephen King movies. I should have wrote it all down. Oh, let's talk about the next movie that popped in my head. Pet Cemetery. There's four of them. There's Pet Cemetery, the original, and it's probably one of the movies that is people's favorite of King's. Most people say that their favorite is either Pet Cemetery, It, or Carrie, or The Stand. And then they had a sequel to it, and Edward Furlong was in it. And if you don't know who that is, he played John Connor in T2. It's probably what he's known for more than anything else. Um, and then there is the remake, and that is 2019. And then there is a new one called Bloodlines. A lot of people don't like the remake. I do. Let's see. What else is there? And I just remembered something else. They're supposed to be making Welcome to Derry, which is going to be a prequel. And I think that Bloodlines was a prequel too. A prequel to It. I can't really think of any others at the moment. I'm sure there's more, but I just can't. Maximum Overdrive is another one. Oh, you already said that. Trucks. Trucks is another one. That's what I was thinking about. It's Stephen King. But Maximum Overdrive, and I did talk about it, is a movie that is based on a short story called Trucks in Stephen King's novellas. Novella, one of his novellas, the short story that he actually directed. The only time he ever directed, might I add. For those that didn't know. Of course, I'm sure Liv and Jim know that. Um, but I have somebody watching me, not saying me. Let's see. Okay. If anyone can think of any other movies. Oh, okay. There's three more that I remember now. They're a trilogy, kind of. Not really, but they have the same name in them. And they're all about demons. And that is Sometimes They Come Back, and then sometimes they come back again, and sometimes they come back for more. Them are definitely very interesting things. The original is definitely the best, and the other two are about demons, and they're not really about what the first one is. They're all three of them movies are on Tubi. That's their permanent home. I can't think of Alexander Arquette is in the second one. Tim Mathis is in the first one, and I can't remember who is in the third one. I really can't think of any other ones. I really can't. I mean, there's so many of them, and I know I'm probably missing some, but if I'm gonna give it an hour and a half, which on my clock, which is 13 minutes. For someone to tell me any other Stephen King movies that I missed. Oh, here's another one. It's kind of adjacent. You Can't Kill Stephen King. That is a really crazy ass movie, and it's very strange, but I enjoyed myself watching that movie. And another one that people really, and I do mean really hate, but I like is Needful Things. It's another movie with Donald Pleasance in it. Are you ready for the? I didn't know that was coming out, but yeah, I didn't really watch the original. I just I read the book and I was like, no way is Arnold gonna pull this off. I didn't want to watch it after reading the book, and I'm hoping that the person that's playing this Running Man is more in line with what I read. And I like Arnold. I really do. But he can't pull off being desperate. Really. Are you ready for the new Running Man, Max? I guess I don't know everything. Oh, Lord. How's to get news of anything that is Stephen King related? And Google is bad. I do know about the Running Man, and I guess that's another movie I can talk about. It's about a competition where this guy has to run and everything. But I never wanted to see it with Arnold Schwarzenegger because I could and see him pulling off being desperate and out of air after seeing all the movies I've seen with him. But he doesn't play that. He never plays that in any of his movies, except for End of Days, and he was over the edge. He wanted to fight everyone. And this movie, you have to really act panicked, but you can't do anything to pull it off. I don't think I could. And maybe I should watch that movie. Other people don't like it, though. Max, do you like The Running Man? You've never heard of Needful Things, alrighty? Like I said, I haven't either. I read the book, and the guy, he he came across this panic because you have to run for so long, or they kill you in the book. And I don't see that they can pull that off, that panicness in Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, you haven't seen The Running Man. You didn't mean you haven't heard of Needful Thing. You're talking about The Running Man. Okay. He didn't get a lot of publicity. People didn't talk about it. I mean, it didn't do very well. Most people didn't like the book because they didn't know it was Stephen King because he used a pen name to see if people would read it. Richard Bertman or something like that. Bertrand something. I can't remember. what his name was. I don't have any of them books. I have the books, but they re-released it and put Stephen King's name on it. I don't have any of the actual original ones that they did, and so yeah. Well, I should probably go. I really can't think of. Oh, couple of TV shows I forgot about. This is not a book that Stephen King wrote. He wrote the screenplay for it, and it's definitely one of my favorites, and it's called Kingdom Hospital. A lot of people say that they like the original. I don't. I like the version that is Stephen King. I I find the other one boring. It's too busy for me. And then the other one that I want to talk about is and it's a ghost story. This guy was running down the road. He got ran over by a car. He's a painter. Someone told me that that scene was he did that because it was what happened to him in real life. Why he had broke his nose and hurt his legs, and he was in hospital. And he was in hospital for a long time. And the guy in the story, he was in the hospital for a long time. But then it reversed itself, and like it was one day later, set itself right again. It's a very strange movie. I mean, TV series. It's only one season. Um, but and then the other one is it was on for years, and that was Haven. The name of his book that the TV show was inspired by, I can't remember, but it wasn't called Haven. But I guess I can talk about some others I just remembered. Like The Dark Tower. I thought that the actors did a really good job. Um, I thought they could hold their own, but I didn't like the story because they tried to cram so damn much into too little, and it wasn't enough for time to understand what was going on, and so it's ultimately up to the writers and the directors and all that stuff. and I talked about a little bit about Bag of Bones, and the reason I don't like it is I didn't picture Pierce Brosnan playing that character, and I didn't like his character, and there was so much stuff in that storyline that's not in the book I read. They changed so much. The only thing that's true to it is the names. I mean, the ghost that was talking to Pierce Brosnan's character in the book was his wife. His wife wasn't dead in the movie. I mean, that really made me mad. So what else is oh well, I can't really think of anything else. So oh, Dreamcatcher. I'm not big on aliens, and it's a big reason why I don't like that movie. Oh, I remember the movie I do like. Okay, I think I'll end it. Thank you for coming. Thanks to everybody that came and talked, and who lurked. Um, uh, thanks to Jen. Thanks to Liv. Thanks to Aunt. Baby girl. Thanks to Matt, brother Max. Thanks to anyone that's watching on the replay crew. Um, Tell me some of the movies that you enjoyed that are Stephen King. And the next time, be the person you're meant to be, not the one that everybody expects you to be. Bye.